Hey Flosstube, welcome back, whatever the case may be. Um, Obviously I made it back from Vegas. I didn't hit any big jackpots. I'd actually have to gamble more to do that. Um, Mostly my husband likes to gamble and I just watch him, tell him when to leave the machine or table, whatever the case may be. Thank you everyone for all of your comments last week. Unfortunately, I didn't check the comments while we were gone because Beth McGuire left a comment with the name of a stitchy shop out in Vegas that's supposed to be really nice. And if I'd checked the comments, then I'm certain I could have talked my husband into going. He would have done it to make me happy, but he probably would have been miserable the whole time that I was in there. So I don't know, maybe it's a good thing I didn't check. I know he's probably grateful that I didn't. Really what I brought back from Vegas was being sick. It happens every time we go. I can't be out there without getting sick. The cigarette smoke in the casinos and then the air freshener that they pump in to try to cover the cigarette smoke just kill me. But even though I know I'm going to get sick, and even though I try to prevent it every time we're out there, it always happens, and I still go back. I must be insane. Anyway, we did have a good time, and it was nice and relaxing. Look, that big lump laying back there is one of our dogs. That's Bodie. He's not dead. He's just sleeping, which really is mostly what he does. I don't think I got anything in the mail this week, really, of any note. I don't think I have any haul. I got some fabric, but it was no big deal. Nothing special, nothing fancy. Trying to think if there was anything big and exciting. I can't think of anything. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning right now. I've been awake for 2 hours because the stuff I take to make me able to breathe is non-drowsy. So I only had 3 or 4 hours of sleep at night, each night since we got back. I'd probably feel better a lot faster if I could get a lot of sleep, but so far that hasn't happened. We did get home to find that the air conditioning unit for the side of the house that our bedroom is on is broken. Had the AC guys out yesterday. They wanted like $2,000 to fix it, and it is about $200 worth of parts. So later today I will be ordering those parts, and when they come in, we're probably looking at about 30 minutes of labor to put them on ourselves. So in the meantime, there's a fan sitting in the doorway of our room trying to pull cool air in from the rest of the house, since the other unit is working just fine. So that's been a lot of fun too. Last time I showed you where I had bought some pillowcases to embroider that have the pattern already on them and everything. And I said that I had made some for our bed already. So I pulled one of them off. This is one that I made a couple of years ago. I actually stitched a lot of this one of the times when we were out in Vegas for a conference. And no, it's not that off center. It's the way it's folded. So I'll probably use this same red thread to do the ones that I bought last week whenever I get around to that. I don't know when that'll be. While we were gone, I didn't get as much stitching done as I had hoped. My husband came down with a cold right before we left. Like, got really sick the day before we left. So he couldn't really sleep that much. He slept terrible the whole time we were gone. So he was up early, which really cut into my stitching time. But it's not like I could tell him to go back to bed. Okay, I guess I could have. It's not like he would listen. Last week, after I recorded my video, I sat down to stitch on a different project than the Canada one. It was one of my Stitch Mania starts. It was this little bear, and the pattern is done in anchor colors, and so I looked up a conversion chart and pulled the DMC colors, and I had started it, and all I did for Mania was the very, very outline of this balloon. And so I thought, at the very least, I'll just finish the balloon. And look at those colors. I mean, they're like all pinky, corally looking. And so I did the outline. I pulled the next color. And when I was stitching it, I was like, this is hideous. But, you know, maybe when I pull the third color, it'll all blend or whatever. But you can see it goes from like this bright orange to this, and I don't know if you can tell the colors, but it's kind of this mauve-y color. It's hideous. And like I said, I thought, oh, well, I'll just put in, when the next color comes in, it will all work out. It'll all work together. And you can see how in that balloon, it gets lighter and lighter. So I have this, and I pull the color for the center of the balloon, which is this. Are you kidding me? That is like the ugliest balloon ever. And so then I thought, because that's not, let's see, the pattern calls for, in that spot, very light salmon. Really? That's your conversion? So I thought, okay, well, maybe I just pulled a bad conversion chart. So I pulled another one. Nope, same colors. So apparently, when they put together conversion charts, there was no rhyme or reason to it, because there is nothing about this that comes even close to what's there. So this piece has been put in timeout. One day when I get over the ridiculousness of it, I'll pull out my colors and I'll pick colors that are close, regardless of what anything else says. Although I can tell you that I don't love the way the pattern is even written. I won't show the whole thing. I know how obnoxious it gets. In the middle, where there's nothing, right here, that is actually stitched in. And that nothingness is the very light salmon. When you get over here and you're filling in on his face here, it is also blank on the pattern, empty squares. In here, where you're filling in along the overalls, it is also blank. So an empty square stands for, there are 4 different places, 4 different colors that an empty square represents. To me, that's just insane. Who writes a pattern like that? So anyway, it's in timeout. It may be in permanent timeout. I haven't decided yet. Maybe one day I'll get over it and look it up. I couldn't believe how bad the color conversion was. And then when I realized that it wasn't just me and a bad chart, that really was the conversion, I was like, are you serious? They shouldn't let someone who's colorblind do color conversion charts. Seriously. It seems like a bad idea. So I did take with me on the plane, on the trip, my O Canada piece. And like I said, I didn't get as much done as I had hoped to. Oh, you'll love this. On the way back, my bag got pulled going through security. And I had my embroidery in it, my cross stitch. And we were certain it was because of these scissors. They're very, very pointy on the ends. And my husband was beside himself. He said, "It's those scissors of yours, those stupid scissors." And so they take my bag and they start. I had a backpack that my cross stitch was in. Our trip confirmations and all that stuff was in it. And a sweater because I'm always freezing on a plane. And I just stuck my purse down in there so that when I went through security, it was one bag on the security belt and they could x-ray one thing and it was done. And so they opened the backpack and they tested for explosives residue. And then they start, the guy pulls my purse out and then he opens it and starts pulling stuff out of my purse and going through everything. And the reason they pulled my bag had nothing to do with my scissors. They pulled it because I had a lot of change. Who knew? Who knew this? Not dangerous. A handful of change? Very dangerous, apparently. Or alarming at the least. It's just insane. So, who knows what people walked through while they were busy looking at my change. Anyway, last time I had this done, I think. So, while we were gone, I was able, and like I said, I really had hoped to get farther, but I'm not complaining either. I was able to get all of this done. I really, really do like the fact that there are all these different little, I don't know if you call them motifs or not, but I feel like I've accomplished so much. Every time I finish one thing, there's still another goose that goes up here. It would have been great if I had gotten more done, but like I said, I'm not complaining. It does make me feel a bit accomplished to be able to actually look at that and see the finished things instead of a piece where it just goes on and on and on and you never feel like you're getting anywhere. And that's really it. That is all I've worked on. And like I said, I didn't have time to work on it as much as I had hoped. There are other things that I really, really want to work on. Things that I want to start. I'm really forcing myself to stick with this. I'm not hating it or anything like that. So for now, I guess that's okay. I just, you know how it is. I just want to do something different too. I don't know. I've got hours before anyone else wakes up. As a matter of fact, some of them have barely gone to bed. So I could probably get more done on that and work on something else too. It wouldn't be that big a deal. That's it. That's all I've got. Yeah, who knows how the rest of this week will go. Hopefully I'll feel better and sleep for a few days. That never happens. But I hope everybody else got more accomplished than I did. I hope you've had a good stitchy week and you have a good one to come. And again, thank you everyone for the comments. I love to read them. I do appreciate them. And I will reply to them when I get to something that I know how to reply to them on. Generally, I use a computer to reply. I don't know how to do that on my phone. I don't even know if you can on your phone. So, oh, and also, our cat, one of our many cats, is in my bathroom right now having kittens. I heard her. Actually, I heard a kitten meow. And went and checked. She'd had 2 so far. I'm guessing there are 5 in there because she was huge. So if anybody wants a kitten in a couple months, I got you covered. Or actually, if you want a kitten now, I've got 3 that are weaned and ready to go right now. So, and look, I have another one right here with me. He's in my lap as we speak because he's spoiled. Anyway, thank you again for the comments. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I am blown away that people watch the videos. Even though I love watching other people's, I get lost in why would anybody want to watch mine. So I appreciate it. I really do. And I hope everyone has a great week. See you then.